Hello everyone, welcome to Caltex Academy. In case you're new in this channel, my name is Julius. So today we're looking at these questions that says an irregular hexagon with all sides of equal length is placed inside a square of sides length 1 unit as shown below. And remember, it's not to scale. What is the length of the hexagon sides? So this question has been picked from Oxford University admission past paper. So if you're excited to work out this question with me, please come closer and let's dive in. Okay, so we have been told clearly that this square is 1 unit. So we can maybe do something like here, telling us that okay, we have 1 unit. That is from the beginning of this to here. And remember, it's square, meaning here is also 1 unit. Now, we don't know the side of this hexagon. So here, the hexagon, if we can trace, it is something that moves like here, and this one here, like that. Remember, hexagon is 6-sided figure. So that is our hexagon, and we're expected to find the side, and of course hexagon has the same side, so we're expected to find side of each of these hexagon. Now what we can do is to let that side to be any letter of our choice. So here now I'm going to let this side to be y. So if this is y, everywhere is y. So we have here also as y. But we're interested to get only one of these, and the answers will correspond to any of these 4 choices given for us here. But we don't know which is going to be the answer. Now from here, we can see here that we have a right angle triangle here, and if from here up to this end is already y, meaning here we will subtract y away from 1 since we have a square. So we have here 1 minus y will give us this side of a triangle. Then the same side also here is 1 minus y after here. So having noticed this, we can go ahead and use Pythagoras theorem to find out this value of y. So it is stated here that this side, which is the base, and this height, the sum of their squares must give us the square of the hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and do that, and we have 1 minus y in bracket, we can square, plus 1 minus y, we also square, equals y square. So we can go ahead and expand this one, but I'm going to use shortcut of expansion, and that is we square the first term, that is 1, then we multiply 2 times 1 times negative y, we get negative 2y, and square the last term, we have here y square. So literally this is the same thing, we just simply copy our expansion from the first one after here. So this is equivalent to y square. And we also see here that if you have the same term on either side, they will cancel. So let's reduce our work by cancelling out this y, and we have here y square, then minus 4y, then plus 2 equals 0. Now what we have got here is quadratic equation. We can use any method out of the 4 methods we know. we can solve this equation using any one of these methods. So for now, let me solve this using completing the squares. So how do you complete squares? We make sure that we take this constant to the right hand side, and we have here y square minus 4y equals to negative 2. But before I give you the next step, please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, you'll be one of the stars, an academic warrior in this channel by subscribing to this channel here. Like this video and share with friends. So the next thing we have to do here is this gap here, we need to fill it in. How do you do that? We just simply add the square of half of the coefficient of the middle term here. This is negative 4. So half of negative 4 is 2, and we have to square. So we add on left hand and right hand side. So we have here also negative 2 square. And that is one of the major steps. And here, if you wish, you can expand this. If you don't, then you just simply complete the squares. So I'm just going to complete the squares by picking out one of this letter, and that is y, together with the half of that coefficient, which is negative 2. Then we pick one of these squares. Inside bracket, we have that. So if we expand this, we'll get exactly something like that. Of course, this one goes to 4. So we get something like y square minus 4y plus 4. That will give you exactly what we have here. Now here we can work out that. Of course, we have here 4 minus 2, that is 2. So in the right hand side we have 2. So we need to get the value of y by getting roots on both sides. So we have y minus 2 square equals to, so for you to get square root, you need to have 2 answers, either positive or negative. So you can see here that these 2 will cancel with the square root here. Then we're left with only y minus 2 equals to positive or negative. Now this number is irrational number. We don't need to just get it in terms of decimal, because we are guided from our choices that the answer should either be having something like root 2, and at least we have something here to be happy with, because we have obtained already something with square root sign. So let's take negative 2 to the right hand side. We're just adding 2 on both sides, and we have here 2 plus or minus root 2. So either one of these value would be 2, we consider the upper sign positive 2, or the others would be y equals to 2 and consider the lower sign minus root 2. But then from our answer we have both options, and we don't know which one exactly the answer. We have this and that. But then let's try to think around here that, okay, if from here up to here is y and the whole thing is 1, which means the value for y should be less than 1, because some of this part has been taken somewhere. So we can see that this part here has reduced the value of 1 here by this quantity, which has been the answers we have just got there, meaning the value for y should be less than 1. So if you go on and simplify that, okay, 2 minus root 2, and then we also do the same here, 2 plus root 2. Which of these two answers do you think is going to be correct if you simplify from your calculator? So I think let's move into a calc and see that 2 plus root 2 will give us something in decimal as 3.4. Then the next one is also do that by subtraction. So we have 2 minus root 2, and that is 0.5. 0.5. Now you can see clearly that this answer is not valid. Why? Because it is greater than the square itself. So the correct answer is this, because part of it has been reduced, so this is half. Now we look at this answer to be our correct answer, and that is B. And that is our correct answer. See you in the next video. Peace out.